All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is game two of our triple header tonight. This game here is between Astro and Cyclones. Cyclones coming into this with 13 wins, 5 losses, with 8 division wins, tied with Sappers for the most in QRLS Season 10, heading into Week 7 here. Now they take on a struggling Astro team. One of the worst, unfortunately, this season. 4-14. Not the same Astro that we saw last season. Of course, I'm joined by Redbeard yet again. Beard, what are you looking forward to here between the Cyclones and Astros?
Looking forward to a good, honest matchup. And quite honestly, I haven't seen either of these teams play yet this year. I haven't faced them myself personally, so I'm excited to see these teams get going here and give us a good matchup.
That it will be. Here we go. Game one of our 3-game set.
Flix and Voltaic take the kickoff. Niner plays it to Zyrek. Zyrek clears it over Legos.
Cyclones in the blue. Astro in the orange.
Darkmoon plays it up over the right side. As far as Zyrek off the back wall, he clears it long. Into the midfield, gets a reset. Legos defends. He goes left wall. Goes as far as Niner. A game of ping pong has opened up here early on to start. Almost a rule one there between Niner and Darkmoon. Zyrek as far as Legos, and the ball trickles across the midfield. Voltaic right side wall plays it to Legos. Legos back into that wall. And this game of ping pong, in fact, continues on here 1 minute into the contest. Whiffed by Legos in a bad spot. Needs a little help getting back. Nobody for Cyclones there to clear that ball in. Zyrek goes up, triple commit.
Yeah, first real action we saw at all by any of the nets so far. Not often we typically see the game of back and forth out by midfield. Voltaic, soft shot on goal, not going to go there. Legos. Just very Mary Poppins-like, just dropped down.
Yeah, well, this is going to be a quick goal.
Yep, that was beautiful. Watch this again here on the replay. Voltaic gets in with one of the members of Astro, and then it's just simple control. Not even one of those, you don't have to sit there and show off sometimes, Beard. It's just about getting the goal.
And Flix was last back on that there for Cyclones, or Astros, I apologize. Astros he was last back for them, and it just wasn't enough time for him for any of his teammates to get back and make a save on that play. It was an easy open net.
Well, let's see what happens here. 1-0 Cyclones out in front. We already seen one upset tonight. Will we see two? Vibe Clan should go 2-1 over Clarity United in our 8 o'clock game. Are we going to see an upset here? Can we see Astro upset the Cyclones? That you can get your guessing in, get your gamba in. Go spend them points in the Twitch chat. Legos, oh, that was kind of underrated there from Legos. A save to keep it in the zone of the Cyclones. But here comes Zyrek.
Yep, and Zyrek plays. Darkmoon plays the ball low. He plays it towards Zyrek into that backside corner. He clears it over to the right-hand side towards Niner. Flicks with the win, plays it as far as Voltaic. He's accredited with the save. Plays it out to Niner. He carries the ball upfield. Only as far as Darkmoon. Astro looking to control here. As no team has really had great possession throughout this game, but it's now a 1-1 contest as Darkmoon slots in. Flix comes off the ceiling here, gets one ceiling reset, plays it into the back wall low, and finds his teammate. 2 minutes to go in this game, just under 1:59. Zyrek and Legos take the kickoff. It's won by Legos. Niner left side fake, plays it up, beats Darkmoon, finds Flix. Looks to Zyrek. Zyrek can't control it. The one thing so far I've noticed about this matchup, there has not been, as Niner finds himself the second goal of the game for Cyclones. I was just about to ask you if you've noticed that there hasn't been much ball control by any of these 6 players so far to get that second touch, that third touch. This has been hit and chase.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much what I've seen back and forth here as well. No one has, again, coming off of a game where we saw Alex for 3 games straight just control the ball like an absolute madman. You know, this has been very back and forth and back and forth. Will control come into this at some point this series? You'd have to think so, because at the level that we're playing at, control is oh so very important. And not only that, but teamwork. We saw it with Alex in the first series. He's got teammates behind him ready to go in case he loses control. The shot doesn't go in. We haven't seen that so far here from either one of these teams, but it is 2-1.
We haven't.
Cyclones out in front.
Positioning has been good by both teams, in my opinion. There's been a few whiffs here on clearing opportunities, but beyond that, I think it's been a fairly evenly contested contest.
Agreed. You actually saw the control from Niner there. That was the first bit of ball control that we've seen throughout this entire game 1. Now here comes Flicks. Are we going to see a shot?
That ball down in the mid. Flicks had to settle that down in the midfield there.
If Flicks had any boost left, that could have been a goal because he had an empty net shot.
Sure. Here comes Niner off the right side. He's got about half of the beans left in the tank. And only find Dark Moon. He shit flips. He gets it over to Zyrek now. Zyrek off the turnover. It's played in the left side corner. 10 seconds remaining here on the clock. Can Cyclones hold on? Legos plays it inside. Here's Flicks. He gets it with 4 seconds remaining. We've got ourselves a tie game. We may be, in fact, destined for overtime.
Bang, bang, bang. Flicks, recognizing what was going on, had plenty of boost that time. And we are going to overtime unless we get a snipe shot here from either team, which doesn't think it's happening. This is going to OT.
He finds Niner, can't make contact. We do, in fact, have overtime. At least a point each for these teams.
Absolutely.
Zyrek, he beats 2. Beats Legos and Flicks. Dark Moon in the net. Clears it
also,
out to the
shout
midfield,
out to Zyrek for dressing up for the game. We greatly appreciate you putting on a blazer. Appreciate you.
He may have, in fact, trimmed his beard. I think he trimmed his beard also.
I mean...
Quite suave.
Rico Suave over here.
Legos credited with the save there. Finds Niner. Gets a touch. Tries for 2. It's 50'd. Ball looking to be controlled by Orange. Save made Dark Moon, and a nice one off a shot by Niner. Flicks looks to settle it down. Voltaire controls. He gets 2 touches. Plays it as far as Flicks. It's 50 by Zyrek into the corner. Zyrek looking to set his teammates up. Back wall finds Flicks. Niner couldn't get to it in time.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Clear out there.
And now an opportunity. Niner's up in the air. Does he have an open net?
No.
He hits the left side post. Dark Moon. He clears it. And now Flicks with the chance.
Nope. That ball is going nowhere.
Back wall.
That ball is going right back.
Here. We've seemed to have settled down a tad here. But a very even contest to start off here in game 1.
Kind of reminds me of the game we saw yesterday with the overtime beard, where it was very back and forth. We had a 4.5-minute overtime in game 1 of that series.
Flicks with a double touch in the corner. Nobody for blue got up except Zyrek. 2 off the back wall, couldn't control it. Here's Legos. Sets it up. Niner with no beans. He has Zyrek to his right. Can he find him?
Bad. I was going to say all 3 members of the Cyclones were completely ganging up on that ball. They were looking to execute something special that they had in their back pocket, and it was denied.
Niner. Here he goes, looking to take on all 3. Gets it to the back wall, gets it backwards. Voltaire gets it to the back wall as well. Here comes Zyrek. Can't beat Legos. Now Legos v Niner in the midfield. And this ball is now pushed To the right side wall, Dark Moon. He beats Zyrek only as far as Niner. He looks to go back wall for a double, hits it down.
Cleared by Flix. Now it's finally time for Flix. Can he do anything? No. Zyrek is there on the defense. Voltaric gonna get the ball and clear it back on out. Here we go. Now we finally see Astro coming in with a little aggression off the crossbar.
Right.
And that'll be it. Moon with the shot and assisted by Flix.
Yeah, the
Beautifully done.
pressure became too much there. Flix with a great pass off just over the top of the crossbar from left side to the right. And his teammate came across and slotted it home to give them to give Astro the first win here in what has been a very evenly contested matchup between Astro and Cyclones. Second of the night so far that has been a very evenly matched as far as the output that's been given to us on the field.
Absolutely. Just beautiful.
Cyclones looking to be possibly making a change here.
Yep, Voltaric being subbed out, it looks like.
For Warshino. Sitting patiently on the webcam as he was.
Hiding
during
his
game one.
time. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one more game tonight, and that is Sappers versus Elite Inc. at 10 p.m. Eastern. I got you on commentary for that. Redbeard, are you going to do some commentary for that one?
I will not be on for the late night commentary.
It's all those scrims that you have going.
There's not a single scrim in my lineup. I probably will be playing Rocket League in some form or capacity, maybe even pop onto my own stream.
There you go.
At some point this evening. Here we are for game 2.
With that being said, game 2, let's see what these teams can muster. If game 1 was any indication, we are in for a back and forth affair all series long. Here we go, game 2 underway. We already saw one upset tonight, Vibe Clan with the 2-1 upset over Clarity United. Well, it looks like we have the same recipe for Astro as they took game 1 from Cyclones. Could be upset city here tonight. But very early on, Warshino adding in an extra layer of aggression.
Yeah, and Warshino here. Definitely being the aggressor so far here for Cyclones. He seems to be on the front foot the entire time, but what that doesn't allow for is Niner or Zyrek to make any sort of defensive play here. The goal for Flix off that reset double. Zyrek tries to challenge off the back wall. He couldn't connect, and Niner was just left there as a sitting duck. There was not enough time by any stretch for him to account for what was being set up for there, and an early 1-0 lead for Astro. As we approach 4 minutes here, it's a 1-0 lead for Astro as they control the ball on their side of the field here. Niner looks to clear it off the back wall, but is challenged. Zyrek goes off of the left-hand side here. Finds Niner. He looks to go back wall, misses the double. Here's Zyrek, shoots it, and scores. He beats 2. He beats Lego and Dark Moon to even this second game up. Simple pass to beat 1. Both men didn't know. Neither of them knew which one needed to go during that situation. And that just like that, we have a 1-1 game.
Much better.
Yeah, both teams seem to have settled in nicely here in game 2. Better rotations, better contact, and another shot comes in. This may be barred down. Niner.
Wow, what a save
by Legos and Flix both. And now a counterattack opportunity. Legos with no beans in the tank. He gets 1 to fake. Niner clears it away. Now Flix with an opportunity to control it. He's looking off the corner here. 1 touch, 2. And now Warshino. Only as far as Dark Moon, who plays it backwards. Legos can't control, and now Flix is dead. Now it's in their own net. And a comedy of errors here has allowed Zyrek to score himself a goal.
Yep.
A demo and some panic is all it takes.
Nicely done from Zyrek and Co. But here we go, 2-1. The teamwork a lot better here for the side of the Cyclones. We saw it with their first goal. It was beautifully assisted from off the wall, hit back from Zyrek into the net. And now it's up to Moon and Co. Can they bring this back to a tie game? They started off game 2 with a 1-0 lead, and very quickly, and that's how Rocket League works, folks. Any time, any place, anywhere, doesn't matter if it's 1 second or 5 minutes long. Niner again with yet another goal. These goals can come out of nowhere and at any time. You can get a goal with 2 minutes and 42 seconds on the clock, and all it takes is one snipe shot, and that will be another goal with a 1 second difference. But not here. But we do have 3-1 here, and Legos might be getting a little frustrated here, wanting to throw some Legos at his opponents.
Flicks plays the ball in from the right-hand side here, 2:25 on the clock. It's a 3-1 lead in favor of the Cyclones. Astro looking to get back into this contest. They play it in from their own defensive zone. Legos goes up in over his own net. He can't control it. His goalie left, and Zyrek makes it a 3-goal deficit. Which by these standards these days... Well, and his teammate ran out. He expected the ball to be played down across the field for a possible attacking play. He wanted to make himself an option. And when you're down by 2, I understand the thought process as to why he didn't want to stay in the net there when they wanted to get some offense going, some activity going. But it bit him in the rear end, and it's now a 3-goal deficit here. Can they come back? They've got to cut this down in the next 30 seconds or so.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see. Royshino here, just happy to be here. Zyrek's been doing all the damage in this game.
Zyrek's sitting on a hat trick so far, 3 goals on 3 shots. He's also got an assist and a save to boot. All-around performance by the man. And here comes Flicks. He can't control it. Now Astro resets. Royshino carries it up the right-hand side. He looks to find a teammate. Ball played back across. Save made by Niner. Niner into his right-hand defensive corner. He finds Flicks. Zyrek makes a save, his second of the evening.
The rare up-the-wall demo.
He had a second touch. Niner plays it on net. Save made Dark Moon.
Yeah, Lego tried.
We approach 1 minute on the clock. A 3-goal deficit needs to be overcome by Astro.
They need to get a goal.
They got to get one soon.
They have 10 seconds to get a goal. If not, this is going to be over.
Flicks on a double touch shot by Niner. Double commit. Dark Moon and Lego both went up. Flicks is left alone in net. Zyrek pops it up. I apologize. He can't get a clean second touch, though, and now an opportunity for Astro. They've got to get something here in a hurry.
They do need to go. Playing keep away here. Zyrek just busy hanging up the wall. 30 seconds on the clock. This has been all Cyclones since this game was tied up. And a beautiful save by Niner. Double save by Niner. And a score by who else? Zyrek.
Defense to offense here, and it was a clean situation. Zyrek couldn't get that one touch, but he missed into a perfect spot opportunity. 2 own goals in this game. But the pressure has been insurmountable.
Mm-hmm. Wait, this just in. I'm getting word from the producing booth. Cyclones are good. Hashtag analysis.
Yeah. Yeah, who would have thought? Will they let the ball fall? Here goes Niner up. He fakes. We'll see if any individuality is allowed to be put on display here. It isn't. A convincing win for Cyclones here against Astro in Game 2.
Absolutely. 765 score for Zyrek. 4 goals, 1 assist, 2 saves, 5 shots on goal. Unreal conversion rate, and it looks like we're gonna have a sub. Oh, it's gonna be a card change. Okay. Thought we were going to see a sub out, but we are not. All right. here we go. Game 2 goes to the Cyclones 5-1. We're tied 1 apiece heading into game number 3. Beard, what do Astro have to do in game 3 that they didn't do in game number 2?
Capitalize on their shot opportunities, and you either make the shots that you're provided, or you start limiting the ones that are coming in. And they allowed 11 shots to come in. It's not like they weren't making saves in game 2. Their Flicks had 2, Legos had 1, Dark Moon had 1 himself. But they've got to be able to limit those shots before they become shots. Get blocks in the midfield. Get blocks in 50-50 areas where you can then convert those 50-50s into shots for yourself. They need to be a little more aggressive moving forward, not necessarily sit back. Well, we got a problem here.
Yeah, we're having some server issues. Stand by, folks.
Yeah, it looks like we had a game crash here of one of the players from Astros. Yeah, it looks like Dark Moon is reconnecting now as we speak.
Apparently, Moon's card change was just too powerful.
So it seems. I don't know what's going to happen here. I mean, you guys want to just play a 4-minute and 30-second match? I'm in no control here. They can't even hear me.
Once again, folks, we have another game coming up 10 p.m. Eastern tonight. It's going to be a good one. That will be the last of our triple header here tonight. That game, once again, is between, as I pull up the schedule, it is going to be Sappers versus Elite Inc.
Yeah, and Sappers have been they've been a menace all season, haven't they?
That they have. So has the Wolf.
Yeah,
Elite Inc. though, can't count them out. Not at all.
That's a Sappers with reserve Wolf have been an absolute menace. To bring him in as an enforcer in an era where the enforcer has been ruled out in a lot of situations.
Absolutely.
In hockey and soccer, whatever sport you may play, in basketball. Rocket League, no, the enforcer still exists, and especially in a league like this.
Absolutely. Producer man, if you could do me a favor and let me know what are we doing, just type it in our booth chat so we know what server to connect to. In the meantime, folks, don't go anywhere. This game is coming right up.
Dragon, if you're still here, if you've caught fish, what kind of fish have you caught today?
Fish.
Apparently my captain is out fishing somewhere in the back ass of Kansas.
Fish. I mean, I said it the other stream that I made an absolutely amazing barbecue and brown sugar glazed salmon with creamy garlic mashed potatoes and roasted asparagus. If you go back in the QRLS Discord general channel, you'll see the discussion one. You'll see picture of said salmon.
We seem to have the lobby set up here for our third game. I'm assuming everybody is in here and ready.
That looks like it. We're just waiting for the gate to drop.
And here we are. Game 3 underway after a slight technical difficulty. This kickoff is to be taken by Niner for Cyclones. Niner! And Dark Moon for Astro. And here we go for game number 3. Zyrek controls the ball to the right side corner. As far as Warshino, save made by Flicks early on here in the first 10 seconds.
Yes,
Warshino keep the pressures alive for Cyclones. Ball cleared away. Comes downfield.
Hoshino's done a really nice job of just playing that support role, letting the Zyrek and Niner take to the skies, take to the aggression. And it paid off for them in the last one. So we'll see if Hoshino can keep that up here, but Lego's going to knock that ball back down to midfield. Just missed shot from Moon! And Hoshino will get the easy clear out there.
And here comes Hoshino off the left-hand side. Finds Legos looking for Niner down on the ground, but couldn't connect.
Flick's doing a great job keeping that ball so far in the air. No shots from the Cyclones onto the net. Now the ball goes all the way back, and a nice save by Flicks. Flicking that away. Empty netter, not going anywhere. Ball nowhere near. Niner now trying to clear it. And here come all three members of Astro. They know this is an opportunity to get the lead. 1-0 is all it takes in Rocket League. 3 minutes, 41 seconds on the clock. Niner with the control back out to midfield.
Yeah, and Astro had an opportunity there to get an empty net for themselves and couldn't convert the opportunity as Hoshino plays one in off the backhand side wall. Apparently Niner goes up. He bumps Flicks off the back. Zyrek goes up. He can't connect. Dark Moon looking to control. No control to be had. The ball bounces along. Niner can't control. And this is what would be considered a hard reset in the game. Zyrek comes in from a defensive position. He puts up a pass. He shoots. Niner with the goal. And it is a 1-0 lead for Cyclones here, a familiar position after game 2.
The goal!
Two defenders went up for Astro. Neither could convert an opportunity to make a save, and it's 1-0 here to Cyclones. Niner plays it as far as Zyrek, and it's a kickoff goal there for Zyrek. Dark Moon went the other way. He was looking for beans when he should have been looking for ball, and now it's a doubled lead for their adversaries.
Absolutely. Can't give them that kind of advantage. Zyrek took a huge advantage from that.
3 minutes remaining on the clock here. It's a 2-0 game. Cyclones lead. They've won the first 2 games in this series. They're looking to make it a sweep. Dark Moon plays it down. He gets 2 touches on his own defensive corner. A 50 challenge by Niner. Plays it as far as Legos. He doesn't have beans. Zyrek does. He's looking for a chance. Astros low on beans. All 3 of them. Cyclones aren't. They're in a position to control here, and they do. They come up the left-hand side with Hoshino. Hoshino finds Flicks, says he has, in fact, found beans.
Here we go. Zyrek once again in the goal area of Astro.
Hoshino. Flicks with a beat. And a great defensive clear by Zyrek. He gets a double touch off his own back wall to give his team some peace of mind here. Flicks clears it back on down into the back wall. Hoshino carries and recovers. Zyrek save made. Niner and Hoshino both double up in the air. Zyrek defends alone here with no beans. With 1:45 remaining on the clock, it's a 2-0 lead for Cyclones. Hoshino tries to make it 3. He gets 1 touch back wall, no dice for the second.
This is what we'd expect to see from one of the best teams in terms of win rate and points this season. Zyrek,
yeah, you're right.
2 goals, 3 shots, gets an assist as well. This is more what we'd be expecting to see from one of the best teams in the QRLS this season.
Yeah, the pressure's been too much. They're taking advantage of the shots provided. They're turning saves into offensive opportunities, and they're playing the ball into the right areas at all times, waiting for one mistake to be made, and they're taking advantage of it every single time. Not that Astro's really been playing all that bad. It's been a sloppy game in the midfield. There have been instances by both teams where the ball has just been missed by 3-4 players at a time. But once the rhythm is then found again by all 6 of them, the play has been quite good. But the Astros lacking finishing. Shots have been there all night. They're lacking the finishing touch. If that means they have to get they need an extra demo, perhaps. Somebody to come in and just disrupt things, make somebody question positioning in their opponents.
They need something.
They need a spark. They need a spark. 100%.
They need a spark of something. I know it hasn't been the greatest season for them. Look, they were one of the best teams in all of Season 9. Unfortunately, here in Season 10, not one of the best teams is the most polite way I can put it. With 22 seconds on the clock, Nino once again with the control. Now is just doing flippy tricks in the air. He knows this game is in the bag. Warshino with a lackadaisical shot on goal. Zyrek once again, backwards somersault, backwards flips. The man out here doing some parkour is Nina with a shot off goal, off the crossbar. Lackadaisical shot from Warshino. A little headbutt, if you will. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it. 4-0. 1 second on the clock. This is a 2-1 victory for the Cyclones.
And it isn't like Astro played terribly here. Look, they were back against the wall all night. They had 7 saves in this game alone. They were doing everything right. It just wasn't enough to deal with the pressure and the ability, the finishing ability of Cyclones in Game 3 there. And that was the story of the entire series.
Absolutely. And that's going to do it for us here. Redbeard, always a pleasure doing comms with you up here in the booth. Why don't you go ahead and finish up and get us on out of here?
It's good to be back with you in the booth. It's been a few months. I had to conduct a move and have moved across town, but we are here in my new setup, and it's good to be back on the microphone with you and with the QRLS team again. And for Joe Papa for controlling the broadcast, I would like to say thank you all for watching, and tune in about 45 minutes as we bring you our next matchup here in QRLS here in Week 7. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.
Keep it quick.